Hey, everybody. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new here. Hopefully, the lighting is a little bit better today. Working on it. I'm going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed to get our topic for today. I've mentioned this before. Oracle decks are a great way if you enjoy tarot, but you don't really know that much about it, or just looking for a way to kind of connect to higher power, higher source. Oracle cards can be great because you don't have to memorize anything. They generally come with a guidebook, and it can just give you an energy read for the day. Anyway, this is not a paid promotion. I just really like Oracle decks. Today we have Breathe. Breathe. This is so appropriate for so much of what we've been talking about. And it just shows this young lady sitting on her lily pad, just breathing. And we've talked about how we can get so busy and so intertwined with everything going on around us that we get on the hamster wheel, and we just keep running. Like Forrest Gump. I was running because we don't take time to stop and think, why am I running? Where am I running to? You know, just running, running, running until one day we just fall down because we can't run anymore. Or we're so fed up and exhausted and drained, we've got nothing left to run with because we haven't taken time to breathe. Just to spend, and if you're the parent of a toddler, you'll feel this in your soul. To spend 1 hour in just your energy with no one asking anything of you. Heaven. When you have a lot going on, you have a lot of responsibilities, and it seems completely overwhelming, and you really don't know at the end of the day what's going to motivate you to get up in the morning to try and do it again. You need to breathe. And it doesn't have to be anything miraculously huge, because if we're trying to wait until we can take a week's vacation or wait until we can get a full day to go off on our own and relax, you're putting off your sanity. And it doesn't have to be a huge moment, just a few moments. Yeah, I was talking about in yesterday's video about taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes, getting off to yourself and just getting collected. And part of it is just getting in your own energy and not having demands or questions or interferences with just having a moment to yourself. That's not asking a lot, but it's, with our lifestyles, especially to parents, caregivers, uh, there's so many things that require our attention, that need our energy. But at some point, we have to shut that off so we can breathe. No one's going to die if you don't do it that day. Unless, I mean, my God, if you're an ER doctor, probably that would be different. Yeah. Maybe don't take your 10 minutes if there's somebody coding, but for the rest of us, for the most part, we can take 10 minutes here and there and just breathe. And that can change your entire day, your entire outlook. And I am the queen of, I will get in my car and just drive. It's almost like meditation for me. It depends on who you are. For some, it's taking a walk. For some, it's just like getting in a tub and locking the door to where no one can bother you for just a little bit. Just a little bit. No one needs anything. There's no demands on you. You can just breathe. And it's in those moments when usually, if there's been something that we're struggling with resolving or finding a solution to, or something that we just haven't had a chance to really look at and pick apart, it's overwhelming, and every time we think about it, our brain wants to shut down. It's in those moments when a solution comes to us. Whoa, there we go with the lighting again. uh, we find hope again because we get out of that really chaotic mental state of just responding, responding, responding. And by the end of the day, you're exhausted, just exhausted. You can't imagine one more thing, and almost inevitably, just to make sure that you can still maintain, that one more thing happens, at least one more thing. It is so important to make space in your life so that you can breathe. If the laundry doesn't get done, if the house doesn't get cleaned, if people have to make their own dinner, life will go on, but you have to breathe. Because if not, you become a version of you that the people around you, including you, aren't real fond of. Because when you reach that point where you are just tapped out, exhausted, drained, you literally have nothing left to give. And you think that in the next moment, if anyone needs anything from me, I am going to run straight through that wall and keep running until I'm just in a different zip code. And if you feel me, you feel me. You know you've been there. Parents of toddlers notoriously because you can't go 24/7, 365 meeting the demands of other people and ignoring your own. If you need to sleep, if you need to eat, if you need to take care of you, you need to take care of you. Ask for help. Take a break. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a huge break. Like you're saying, I will get in the car and drive somewhere, whether it's like for me, I like to get into nature. But depending on the time of year, excuse me, the places where you can go to get into nature can be crowded and peoply, which ruins nature. For me, for the moment, if I'm trying to get away from everybody, then going somewhere where there's a bunch of people is not the solution. I will drive to our old family farm and just sit there. There was a willow tree in the driveway that was like, I don't know, it was my tree. I love that tree. I'll get out of my car, sit by the tree, and just be. Just be. That's my breathe. Because I have the drive there and the drive back and the time sitting in the tree to just be. If anything talks to me, it's a bird, an insect flying by, a squirrel. We're all good. They don't want anything from me. If anything, I look at it like they're trying to brighten my day. They're like, look at me. I'm gorgeous and I'm right here. Uh, but whatever it takes to get yourself just a few minutes to replenish, rejuvenate, and a lot of times just release. As you're going through the day and there's one thing after another, if you notice your physiology, the way you're holding your body, your teeth are clenched, your shoulders are in your ears, your back is so tight, I'm surprised you can bend over because as we keep preparing for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, it's just the way our body works. Like we are tensed up because we're constantly on point, on point, on alert, ready to respond. That is stressful. And too much of that for too prolonged period of time, especially if you're pushing yourself, trying to accomplish more than is humanly reasonable in a day. And I get it, because if you let a day go, the next day's even worse. And that's why I said ask for help. If you can't get help, let it be. Life will go on if the laundry doesn't get done today. Life will go on if everybody ate cold cereal for dinner. Get yourself some time. It's not all that serious. Take the time to breathe, prolong your life, prolong the lives of those around you, because we all know what happens when you reach that point. You have homicidal moments. It's not worth it. Take care of you And like I said, no one's gonna fall apart if you take a few minutes. It's cricket. I mentioned earlier she had surgery and she's on painkillers and muscle relaxers and everything else. So girl is sawing logs back there. But honestly, take care of you. Because if we don't take care of us, we damage the people around us with our attitudes, with our resentment. We damage our relationships. You can do permanent damage to your relationship with resentment. You chose to do those things. And obviously you chose it from a good place. But at the same time, if it starts to damage you, you've got to make different choices. Take time to breathe. Take care of you. All right? I mean it. Today. Take time today. So, thank you very much for joining me. I hope this helps, and I will talk to you soon.